The Price is Right. No?
The price. Why does it always go so zany? Like every time, I love it, but
It's probably because I have a very short amount of time to say a lot of words, and
zany is what we get.
I like that. Blade, just for you. Let's get ready to fumble.
Oh, it cut.
Tony, cut.
Does anyone else? Do I look a little different? Like, or does something look off with my setup?
You know what? No. You're just
No?
bad at this.
I
don't know what's going
tanner.
on.
Like the white looks different.
I did actually put up to my leg.
I see it now.
Look, it's not my fault that you're bad at this. All right.
Excuse me?
What?
Wow.
Are we really back?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're in there just fine. Take a look again, all right?
I won't.
He's like, no, fuck you.
You know
I've been heartbroken before, Juan. I can't. Juan,
will be
hold.
again.
I'm going.
Wow.
Goodness. This is awesome.
He's calling you the wrong name and everything now. Jeez.
That's what we're starting the year off with. This is awesome. Hi everyone, welcome to Breaking Character, where most of the time we do.
Honestly, very accurate.
I am
Fair.
your host, Gear Sparks. Let's meet the players, and then we'll get into it. As you've noticed, probably
We've already
you've
gotten into
noticed.
it a couple of times.
We are missing a player tonight. Sanguine Rev could not make it. They are feeling sick, ill, and so we wish them the best of recoveries for joining us next time. Yeah. So with that said, let's meet the rest of the crew. If we have any newcomers, if we do, welcome. This is as best of a show as we usually give, so don't expect more.
Oh, damn.
I don't.
Set your bar low.
Ouch. The DM is coming out just with
Swinging.
stabs.
Let's start our intros with Brett.
Hi, I'm just Brett. I play the very calm, collected Boston Jones, who is the paladin fighter and also the makeshift leader of the group. I don't know why that was the case, and I'm very curious to see how this turns out.
Calm and collected.
Calm and collected.
I call bullshit.
You needed the quotes.
I have no comebacks right now. I'm gonna bring it down to right below me, which is blood.
We left him speechless, buddy. Anyway, hi, I am Bloodless King, and I play Fenrana Etzith, a Kalshatar bard, who is struggling. They panic a lot. But no. And, he kind of just got stuck with these things, these people. Yeah. Let's go with... We'll just continue on downward. Ramita. Oh no, she was eating! I'm so sorry, sweetheart!
No,
Every
it's okay.
time. You do it every time.
I got home super late, so
I'm the
I'm Ramita.
worst.
well, I'm Darkness. I play Ramita, the halfling barbarian that's just the wild card for all those Sunny fans out there. Brain fart. And Ramita's just happy that Viper did not get hurt, and she will gladly, just give Scully to someone that will just make him disappear, or make him disappear herself. And oh no, I'm all alone. I guess we go up to Nash.
Yeah. So I'll start out by telling you 3 things about my half-orc barbarian Nash. Meathead, big heart, booty shorts. And that's pretty much his entire personality. I think that's accurate. Nash doesn't want to go back to prison. That's the other thing you should probably know about Nash.
Oh,
You
I'm
really should
metabolism.
stop hanging out with us.
Nash really needs new friends, but these ones keep him financially stable because he's been in prison for a little while and people don't want to hire him. So you gotta eat.
Players gotta play.
Players gotta play. Okay.
Like,
Tony's like,
Someone's
Blade's
agree.
here. I'm not saying anything.
oh no.
I'm gonna let the roleplay speak for itself.
Thank you all for coming back to this goofy ass show. Every single 10 of you, we love every single one of you, including the robots. Last time we left the crew, the Bodega Street team. They
I love how we bullied you into the Bodega Street team is the correct term.
Right.
Just
I have
the
to-
sadness and the life leaving your voice as you have to say the Bodega Street team.
I have to let you have. I have to give every once in a while. Like, I can't just keep.
You denied us
Sorry.
naming so many people.
What's his name? Like Bubbly Wubbly?
Bing.
Bing,
Bing.
cuddle,
Bing, fuck your life.
bing bong, fuck your life.
Binga bang binga.
So, last we were with the group, they had went from splitting into two groups, semi-groups, where Boston went to take care of some issues at a funeral, and the rest had gone to a yurt to try and evict a couple of squatters. Through the eviction of these people, they found out a
Things
few more
progressed quickly.
yes, a few more secrets than they were prepared to encounter. They met with two half elves, twins that were of separate genomes, but still brothers to say the least, and a third stranger. All of them were wanted, or at least two of them were, and were in hiding. The crew decided that they were going to escort the two half-elves to their hotel room and keep them hidden. Ramita and Fenrana.
Fenrana.
Paying everyone with Baldrick's money to keep quiet about their new guests, which I guess anyways. And then Baldrick and Nash having to deal with the last person who they tied to a toilet for an undisclosed amount of time. And then
We did untie him eventually.
There was a disclosed amount of time for the record.
they did untie him, but I don't know how long he was tied to a toilet. And then Ramita received a message that her grandkid was in town, and not too much long later, Boston sent out an SOS because he had encountered a Scully at the funeral. On the way there to the funeral, as everyone piled into the Rolls Royce, Boston was able to subdue Scully and able to calm down the situation and call the police, who arrived at the scenes shortly after. And that is where we roughly left off. Everyone,
There was one last thing that did happen. Just for sake, we were headed to the police station. I almost said police officers.
Yeah, because we were bringing in Scully. We weren't letting out of our.
We hadn't gone yet. Boston wanted a few minutes with him before we
Weren't we
put him in the car.
Nash
piling them
had
all up in
taken
the
off
car?
on his own, and gone and untied our Bing Bong Cuddle Cakes man, which is actually.
I forgot Cuddle Cakes was his
name
last name.
Cuddle Cakes.
yes.
And so that I want to make sure put in the work to release this man.
Yes, he was released.
And Nash is currently on his own at the after releasing him at the yurt.
Yes. At this time, with Nash being gone, and Scully being placed in handcuffs, Officer Jiff has arrived, and Fenrana, you notice Baldrick isn't moving.
Baldrick, are you alright? Any sort of response from him at all?
Nope.
Would I know how or a way to see if he's okay?
Investigation?
Yeah, that works. Where is my character sheet? Alright, so that's +8. That is a dirty 20.
Nice. So with that, upon closer inspection, you notice there are a few telltales about Baldrick that are not around. He does have a slight humming when he moves and talks, and there's a constant noise that seems to have dimmed down to just a slight little hum, if anything. And his eyes have closed, and his mouth is shut, and he kind of slowed down to a rest, and he's kind of frozen in that position.
Did he not
It seems like
get charged?
He seems like he's
Gone sleep
reduced
mode?
battery. Yes, sleep mode.
That's
Not good.
unideal. I'm going to go to... No, I can't, because technically he's wanted. Fuck. I'm gonna go to one of the fathers.
Yeah, because there's no way we can carry him, right? Like, he's well over all
I
of
am
our
very
capacity.
weak.
At most, I can maybe deadlift like 300 pounds. Maybe.
Did you?
Oh.
Have you? So you're gonna go to Tobias or Marcel or Boston?
Any of them. Boston first. Boston, we may have a little bit of an issue.
What kind of issue? As Boston does have one of his feet on Scully, just like on his back, just keeping him there so he doesn't try to move.
Yeah. Baldrick has entered. I think he ran out of batteries temporarily.
Does he need an update or something? I mean, I know he's an older. Don't move. And he's going
Don't
to.
move.
He's gonna take his foot off him and walk over to Baldrick. And do the.
Hey.
Oi.
Bear. No.
There is no sign of movement. No reaction.
Could we ask the fathers to sequester him away somewhere? away from
they have
cops.
a dolly on standby. I mean, oh, damn it. Okay. Sure. Where's Nash? He's gonna look around.
Nash went back to. He said he was heading back to the yurt for some reason or another.
Get him on call. Get him on the phone and get him to take care of this. I need to talk to this guy first before I get off that high of getting all this.
Yeah. Sure. And Finn will just like go call Nash on their sim.
This is Nash.
What was that voice?
I think he's making fun of me. Is he from Nashville? Nashville, Tennessee?
Nash, so, slight problem. We slightly need your heavy lifting abilities back here. Baldrick has gone to sleep.
You can't. I mean, I'm a little ways away. I mean, do you have like a dolly?
I don't know. Fenn is just gonna start going up to the clergy and seeing if there's any way for us to get him in the fucking car.
I mean, I can. I think I can. He's what, like 1,000 pounds?
I don't know. This is the problem. I know for sure I cannot lift him. I can't even barely lift another person.
Because I can lift, but I can't do 1,000. I don't know. Have you tried waking him up?
Yeah, it's not quite working. It doesn't exactly work the same with
you got one of them
automatons
tasers,
and
right?
robotics.
What if you like tase the battery? That'd give it charge, right?
Or very possibly fry his battery.
The taser didn't do anything when we tried it. When I tried it on him.
We tried to tase him.
You're trying to tase him?
No, it was
When did that happen?
Hi,
it was in
Vampire
the
Butterfly,
hotel.
and thank you for the hydrate.
Hey, thank you, Vampy. It was in the hotel
Drink.
when Boston handed out weapons. Ramita had a zoomy stick or boomstick and touched it to Baldrick.
I
and
prefer
he was
zoomy
anchored
stick.
in a whatever. It's a electrified police baton, and it didn't do anything.
Okay.
All right. I'll come back, I guess. Granny and I might be able to do it together, but actually, DM, do we know how heavy?
In his character sheet, I know.
Like, I just ballpark it. Like, we're not gonna be like putting him on a scale every day or something, but
No, it's in his character sheet. It's a permanent number.
what I know, but just for us, like, we're not gonna know he's exactly 960 pounds, but.
Oh no, you're not gonna know.
And stretch, everybody, while we're waiting on that information. Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
is
arm is
cracked
clipped out of
quiet.
existence.
Oh. It's okay. You've been glitching all over anyway. It's fine.
Right.
he's been jumping scenes. Yeah,
Which isn't
it honestly works.
It does.
Baldrick gave me a virus. It's fine.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Blade, please clip that. Blade,
Wait, is gonna use that.
Please, I know where you live. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do it to me. Don't.
Blade, please. Blade.
Do it. Do it.
Even more importantly, for Rev.
R.I.P. Rev.
He's hurt. He's gone. He's gone from us.
Oh god.
Gone forever. but still in our hearts.
Anyways. So yeah.
Baldrick gave me a virus.
No.
I'm getting feedback.
I can hear the clip on
Where
the
did the
background.
feedback come from?
I think it's on somebody's.
Weird.
Betty.
But anyway. All
Okay.
right. Did we finally get access to that?
To what?
Yep.
How much he weighs? Because I can't find
I
his
know.
description.
Brett, can you try talking real quick?
300.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing,
Okay.
testing 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
I messaged Reb to see if he can get back to me, just in case.
Well,
But
buddy, no sleep.
370 pounds.
Okay, so not huge.
No.
Oh, 370?
He's-
Okay.
Yes.
Then
I thought it was 1,000.
he'd be
No.
the Nash would know that he's at least in the realm that it's possible. I just wasn't sure what that would look like completely.
Yeah.
I'm on my way back. It's probably faster if I just jog than waiting for you know, a lift.
Yes, especially seeing as the one who usually drives the car is out.
Wait,
Um,
did they not teach you how to drive in school?
I know how to. I wrote it to you in the first place.
Yeah, do you not remember? They picked you up.
Honestly, no, but that's fine. Yeah, let's get going. And the last thing that he will do, real quick, is actually he probably would have done this a little bit earlier. He is going to get the contact information for Bing, before he releases, before he really takes off, just in case.
Okay.
So, and then he's gonna take off running.
Keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't like his incision.
It's a cardio kind of thing.
Ah,
Just a quick little jog.
Yep.
okay. Okay, in that case, Fen will, I guess. Ramita, darling, can you keep an eye on our friend Baldrick really quickly? I kind of need to be a part of the whole interrogation of Scully thing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, where's he gonna go?
I don't know, but there's also lots of cops here, and apparently he's wanted. So there's that.
Didn't he have a disguise on earlier?
He
Like
did.
a hologram? Did that just
He
fall
was-
off?
Yes.
With him being unconscious, probably.
Yeah. If it's a concentration spell, it's definitely gone, and if it's a time thing, it's.
Disguise self lasts for an hour. I just don't know whether or not it's concentration one sec.
If you're knocked
It is
unconscious,
not.
the spell continues?
It's not concentration.
Yeah, it's an hour. So, I mean, it'll be there for a little bit longer, but he just won't be able to, update it. So, and since everything has started, it's
I promise
probably been at
you,
least 20
you will be
minutes.
able to beat the shit out of him in the car on the way to the cops.
I'll get my bedroll ready for when the spell does drop. I just toss it over his head.
He's a lamp now. It's fine.
If I have a bedroll, would I have anything like that on me? Maybe my
I-
jacket.
Don't think. Yeah, you could probably use your jacket. I don't think you have a.
I'll use my jacket. I'll be ready.
Okay.
Part
Fine,
with the
just
stank.
cover the dead bodies at the crime scene.
He's standing up and he's not moving.
He's just frozen.
Yeah. He's just a statue right now.
It's fine.
He's an art piece.
Nothing's wrong here.
At this point, Finrana, Officer Jiff has started to come over,
Yes.
and after taking care of the other two and loading them up into the vehicles, he steps to you and says, Finrana, would you mind if I had a word with you?
Certainly.
And pulls you aside. About maybe 10 or 15 feet away from the crew and everyone else.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
And Boston, you have a couple of people coming up, handing you, so a officer comes up and here's a Stifler. And, what it is basically some square gauntlet type handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
And they are magnetically, forced to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Something for your spellcaster buddy. And they kind of hand them to you since you're like standing on top of him.
Boston takes him and nods, but doesn't put him on him yet because he's not done. He hasn't had a moment.
Well, I mean, it's something to keep him from it. Whatever, it's for you.
Sure. Thanks.
Officer Jiff pulls you aside and says, I know this isn't the best of times, but do you think you could accompany me to the back to my office? There's something I gotta share with you.
Right, you said we needed to talk.
Yes.
I did sort of need to check in on the whole how he got a hold of Auroran secrets, but yeah, that'll be fine. Let me go talk to my compatriots, and I will, I guess, head in with you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go individually to tell Boston and Ramita. So apparently, I'm getting dragged away. I'm putting my tracker on because it's with the police chief.
Sure.
And we were kind of suspicious of him at one point.
Should we, do you think we should get Boston over here and I go with you then? Or
Boston has
Boston?
Scully.
You could also leave your comm on,
I'm sure that
which
that
I assume that has happened since.
yeah,
Nash is
I didn't
talking
end
now.
and yeah, I didn't end the call
Nash,
with
you heard
Nash,
the
so
whole
like
thing.
Nash has just been like with me the entire time.
Also, for a second there,
But I
I
think-
thought he was gonna profess love for you or something. There was a we need to talk moment. I was being real quiet just in case. I don't want to harsh your vibe, you know.
Harsh those vibes. Harsh those vibes hard.
You good, Fenrana? You look like you're nervous.
It's very, very weird not being able to trust the police.
do the police have anything that could jam comms?
Oh,
Potentially, probably. Either way, like I said, leaving my location on, leaving comms on, so you guys can keep a track of me. However, focus on what you're doing. I'm just a back thought.
Nash, you listening?
If nothing else, if you hear thunder, go there.
Go after, follow after Fenrana.
He
I'll stay
needs
here.
to pick up Baldrick.
I can pick up Baldrick.
Can you?
After getting Scully, you are also responsible chiefly for Scully.
I'm sure Ramita would
How
have
do
no.
we-
We just need to get Baldrick into the car, lock the car, take the keys out of his pocket, and Ramita, you hold on to this guy while I do that. That simple.
Yeah.
Press rather hard on his joints. It often causes discomfort. Anyway,
Gonna step on his balls.
do it. And then Fen turns around and goes off with the police chief, completely bugged.
Have fun, use protection, all that jazz.
Oh
That's the thing
god,
of a
no.
cigarette.
Remember, if there's a move made to kiss, not too much teeth.
You can let him down like with a slap to the face.
In college before.
Look, you've been in college before, but we've been friends for a week, and I already know you ain't got no game. So, like, just in case this...
With any of you.
Just in case this is a
Mute.
first.
They can hear me. I cannot hear them.
I want to make sure that you know, be supportive. That's what we're here for, right? Like, so he's gonna keep going.
Uh-huh. No, my fan fictions have been null and void. Fucking hell.
So, have you ever kissed anyone?
I can't hear any of you. I muted all of you.
No, I think that was
Did
that
you walk
Gears or was that
away?
Ramita? Oh, okay, that was Ramita.
Did you walk away?
I think the silence means no.
Look
But
at
they're
your
embarrassed.
screen, guys. There's a mute symbol. They muted the mic.
I'm not looking at the
How do I get
screen.
to
I'm
the
trying not to
screen?
run into fire hydrants as I run down the street.
You're like
Wait,
9
what
feet
screen?
tall. What do you mean run into the
Yeah, kneecaps hurt.
They really do. I mean, I wouldn't really know, but I get knees to the face all the time, so.
Fire hydrant to the kneecap sucks.
Ramita, you hold him down. And he's gonna gently start moving Baldrick.
You got the cuffs on him?
Yeah, he had handcuffs beforehand, but he does toss you the metallic ones if you want to put those on there. But if they're gauntlets, you really can't break fingers with that.
No, actually,
On.
nobody's handcuffed him.
I handcuffed him with my own personal set as a cowboy.
Well, okay.
I said that last episode. I cuffed him and I had a leg on him. Like I ain't letting this person go.
Okay.
He had a leg on him.
Also, you don't need to break fingers. There's plenty of.
Are we adding him
others.
to the list for Blade?
I'm going to say that's a hard no on my end.
Okay, so Boston is currently moving Baldrick, however much effort that requires. And Ramita is more than likely sitting upon, or standing upon
So
Scully and his nuts.
the gauntlets are definitely on, and then I walked up and I stepped on his nuts in the process, and then I like jumped down with my spikes out on his back, and I'm just laying there.
Okay. So Scully is laying down, face down, arms tied behind his back with these special gauntlets with a spiky Ramita sitting on his back. And Nash is jogging towards the funeral still?
I mean, I don't think he's jogging, but yeah.
Okay.
He's moving. I mean, he's got good cardio, so I think he can make it pretty well there. You said it was a 15-minute walk. So,
Yeah.
You know,
That could be like a 5-minute run.
yeah, that I think he could run or even sprint most of it and still be okay. Because he is still an athlete.
So Fenrana, you pile into the sheriff's vehicle. He allows you in the front seat.
Allows, bitch. Anyway.
Well, offers you the front seat. And he's
I'm not sitting in the back behind the bars. No.
yeah, no. It's
Yeah, you don't want to see what that's
he
like.
he turns on the vehicle and starts going on. It's like, thank you so much. This is extremely important. This is I with, you know, this current situation is not ideal, but I really needed to share this with you, and it's super important. In fact, it might even be related. I don't know how much your investigation has given you as far as evidence goes and
Unfortunately,
whatnot.
quite a lot, with so many more questions.
Yeah, those are the good ones. Yeah, I've had quite a few cases like that in my day. Unfortunately, with everything that's happened here, we're having to expand our forces quite a bit. Recently been given a larger area to manage, which means more people. And I'm not used to this. I'm more of a small town guy, and I've worked with just about everyone who's in my office, and personally hired quite a few of them, and seen quite a few of them gone off to other places, and we still keep in contact and had barbecues. I've been to a few weddings, more than enough funerals and birthdays and coming of age parties, just all kinds of. Seen a couple get married to, not get married, but like hook up, I guess. Like they went different departments, but they met in mine.
It's going
Anyways,
somewhere.
so
It sounds like it.
Anywho, I pride myself on knowing my team and knowing who works with me and for me.
Of course.
And, this whole situation, this whole investigation, has really kind of blown the lid off of this place, and I'm just we're gonna have to have more, and it's just all these new faces and names and not enough time to get to know them. It's just
Absolutely terrifying and completely overwhelming.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a few minutes later, you arrive at the sheriff's office, and he shuffles out, and they make your way inside, go through the checkout, the items check and
Front
the
desk, yeah.
identity check. Yep, front desk. And he takes you back to the far end of the upper level, and there's a set of elevators.
By the way, insight check for like everything thus far. Like,
Be a little more specific, please, and I'll allow you 2 insight checks.
okay. One more of his motivation, whether or not this rambling is him trying to hide something.
Okay.
And 2, his purpose on dragging me alone back to the police station.
Okay.
It's a love confession.
I'm gonna need you to roll.
Yep. Okay, so... And I'm doing 2, correct?
Yep. 2 rolls.
I'm just rolling both of them at the same time in my new dice tray. 1 sec. Okay. Natural 20 on one, 13 on the other.
Okay.
So that is, let me see what my insight is. So that's a 15 and a 22.
Sounds good. Okay. So, the insight check on his
Hey, that's
the
the first natural 20 of the year, by the way.
Ooh.
I think that's my first natural 20 of this game.
That's not true. You have had 3 before, and this is 4th. You are
Okay,
now
cool.
in 2nd place.
Okay, cool.
Rev just got back to me.
Uh-huh.
He told me that, sorry. Baldrick weighs 650.
Oh, well, he needs to update his character sheet.
Well, that's a different amount.
Yeah,
That is a very different amount, and Boston is struggling with trying to.
yeah.
It is.
I am dragging him. I do not care. I am just trying to get him out of the open because apparently
I
this
was
is a
gonna
problem.
say, at one point when he tried to pull fireman him, it was so heavy he collapsed on the ground.
Even with my power armor? Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
I can just see him like rolling him like piece by piece, just flipping him over like a pancake.
yeah. He just kind of flipped him on his
Plop,
back and now
plop,
grabbed
plop.
his arms and is pulling him.
Does he not have wheels I can like pop down and like
Nope,
grab?
nope. If he does, they're not accessible right now.
That's fantastic.
It's fine.
Use some sticks.
And Ramita, you're watching this whole thing play out.
If she says anything, is you want to try it? Do you want to try it? I can switch jobs with you real quick if there's any problem here.
I don't even know how much I can lift.
And should be on your character sheet
You should be able to
in
or at least
your inventory.
Okay.
Just click on weight carried. And it should say, click on it. It should pop up a thing on the side. It says your carry capacity as well as your push, drag, or lift limit.
Okay, my carrying is 225. My push, drag, or lift is 450.
Where was
Fucking
this?
Christ. In your inventory, weight carry, click on it, and it'll show you your stuff on the side there.
Oh,
You can also just take your strength score times 30, which is what I did.
Also that.
That was the thing I was
Okay.
thinking of.
I looked that up earlier. Don't worry, I don't have that just in my noggin all the time.
yeah. If
Come on,
he,
Tony, we could have totally thought you were awesome right there.
Yeah, but I need to set expectations.
So with the 22 and the 15, you wanted to know first if he, what his insight was on the conversation?
No, whether or not he was using his mindless blathering, which really it was, to cover up something.
No, this is just him.
Him being nervous? Cool.
Him to being talkative, friendly, just wanting you to get to know him and wanting
Damn it, okay.
to he's just this
I-
kind of guy.
I don't trust.
And the second one was of bringing you there by yourself.
Mhm.
This was basically official business.
Okay.
You haven't registered the others in as part of your trustees as your group.
I thought I had sent it out. I thought I had... Oh, well.
You haven't mentioned it to me.
Okay, yeah, that's probably... Okay.
Yeah, last I understood, it was quite not been filled out, and yeah. So he's like, you're the official business person from Auroran, and this is something you need to know specifically. The others are not on his pay list or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
is he gonna flip shit out when he knows
technically-
we're actually all hearing this?
actually, go ahead.
Is this in or out of character, Brett?
This is gonna be out of character because Boston had been filing paperwork and explaining that he had been working with someone from the Auroran government.
And
said
then it
that would-
started filling everything out. I don't think that they had actually sent it in yet.
Right, but there's one. It's one thing to be a cowboy and looking for someone. It's another to be working with official Auroran business.
That is
Is that?
We can assume this is big. Cool. Sweet.
Big.
So
Very, very.
plus, with the 22, you suspect that there is something a little more to it than what he's. This is intense.
Okay.
And he's sweating a little bit. You'll notice that he's maybe a little on the nervous side.
Cool. I'm keeping my guard up.
So he's escorts you to the back, and he escorts you to the elevators, hits a button, the doors open, somebody comes out. Oh, sheriff, sure. I'll have those papers. Don't worry about it. Just come on. He's like, all right, yeah, I'll get on those. He's like, good on you. And the doors close. He pulls out a key, puts it into the elevator, turns it, presses a button, and then turns it back, and you descend. You go down to the second. So it goes. You were starting on the second level, which is flesh with the outside, and then it goes down to 1, and then it goes down to B. The doors open, and he's still talking to you about, a few things, and he's probably gotten to the point where he's telling you about his secret barbecue recipe that he's used on several occasions with all of the people he knows.
I see.
And he's like, all right, so the point, I guess, that I need to address is that I know everyone, and I trust those that I know. But sometimes I have to hire, and it's going to happen a lot more often now that I have to hire from outside, and I don't know squat from these people except for what's on their resume. And at this point, this is when the doors open, and you see a hallway in front of you, a white hallway. And it is apparent of what it is. You see what would be four rooms, all of them with glass in front of them, and then there's glass doors with little comms of security to keep people out. And as you start walking down, you notice down to the left, second window is a man and 2 women. And they are, from getting off the elevator, you hear muffles of crying and weeping. And as you approach, with the white lights overhead and the resonating sound of your feet hitting the floor, the youngest woman, there's a man holding the arm of an elderly woman, grayish hair, and then there's a younger woman on the other side of him, and you hear her say, "Yes, that's him." And as you pass them, you notice that as you may take a peek, just in time to see the face and head of another individual, elderly man, gray hair, wrinkled brow, and they cover up his face. Father,
do I recognize anyone
brother,
within?
No.
Okay.
These just look like regular residents of the
city?
Of the Vorak city. They're wearing the Vorak clothing, where it's sleek robes, flowy. The elderly woman has a handkerchief in front of her face and has her head laying down on the younger man's shoulder. And as you walk solemnly by, Sheriff continues. And so, I like to, getting references is super useful, super important to me.
Of course.
But anywho, we're here. And as you walk on, you arrive at the fourth window on the right. Most of them are empty, and in the very back of the walls, there's a gray wall with all these square boxes, and you can tell this is the sheriff's morgue. Yep. And he says, so this is Dr. Phyllis, and the person inside comes up to the wall and hits the button and says, "Hello, Sheriff." And they have a clipboard of information notes that they've been checking. Yes, Dr. Phyllis has been helping us with some of our recent cases. Phyllis will be taking a week or 2 off after this. And Phyllis is like, yep, that's right. The sheriff goes, So, when my team tells me that there is a disturbance at a abandoned warehouse, and somebody sends in a report that they find 3 bodies, that's what we expect to see. And when Phyllis sends me a report, an autopsy of 4, I have to be suspicious.
Oh.
Yeah. And he says, yes, Phyllis here did an autopsy on the 3 bodies from the warehouse. They were people not being somewhere they shouldn't have been, messing with things they shouldn't have, and were blunt objects. We figured that just messing around, some kids trying to goof off in an abandoned place, and it just unfortunate accident. But this last one, and Phyllis goes over to the body on the table and removes the sheet, and she finishes for him. Blunt force trauma against the head, and but repeatedly.
Do I recognize this person?
Do an insight check. Or an intelligence check, sorry.
Actually, I have a question as well. What does Dr. Phyllis look like?
I'm sorry, yeah. Dr. Phyllis is a younger woman with, moderately young. She has some wrinkles that are showing on the sides of her face. She looks like she's been in the field for quite some time, and she's moderately short for a woman, and
Species/race?
human with hair that's tied up in a bun, some gray hairs poking out, striping up on her hair.
Also,
Glasses.
Also for our notes, how do you spell Phyllis?
Yes.
PHYLLUS.
I was so off, but I'm glad. Thank you, Tony.
I was thinking about all the different ways you could spell Phyllis, and I was like, oh, that's gonna get
Oh,
us.
that's a thing. But yeah.
Apologies.
No, you're golden.
fine.
You're golden.
She's probably
21. I rolled a 19.
6 in human.
I love switching through my real dice. It's so much better than playing online. Oh my god. No, but like seriously, these dice on D&D Beyond freaking hate me.
What did you roll?
I agree.
I rolled a 19 for 21.
Okay. You do recognize this individual. This individual is male with brown and short hair. The blunt force trauma seems to be on a side that you're not looking at because you're able to see this face clearly. And it is one of the individuals from no. Actually, wait, I'm backtracking. My brain. The Phyllis question totally threw me off. No, they do not look familiar. Sorry. They do not look familiar, but you could kind of see a similarity to several individuals that you suspect, especially with a roll of 21. And just as you're about to probably ask, Sheriff Jiff concurs and says, Deputy Edward is the newest member of 3 months ago. He showed up and was a transfer from the Loyalists office. And I'll be honest with you. Up until now, I was quite fooled. But
Edward was the guy that took our weapons and all that stuff, right?
yes. Out of character, yes. He was the deputy that you first met when you arrived.
Okay.
Is that the one on the body, or is that the one that he's talking about in general?
The one he's talking about.
Okay.
So at the mention of this deputy, you see a resemblance of the individual. And with a 21, I'm going to say you now realize that the individual that you met that was introduced to you as Edward looks like one of the fugitives that was posted not too long ago on the news. And the resemblance between this dead figure in front of you and the fugitive on the teleprompter were very similar in identity and looks.
Jeff, please tell me you know where he is.
He is doing an inspection for me at the elementary school. I have mentioned to a couple of officers to watch his back. So far, they've kept me updated. But it is we are on high alert.
So, minor tidbit that I have recently learned. Did you know that the inmates that escaped because the warden was experimenting on them? Adding things, taking things away. Unfortunately, I have quite a bit of proof that I can't really hand over quite yet.
Oh, this.
And if this man is indeed altered as we think he is, as Scully has been, you get my worry.
Yes. Phyllis? And she goes and hits the comm. Yes, Sheriff. Wrap this up and go ahead and take the rest of the day off. Sure, certainly, sir. Anything, just take it and just go. It's like, okay, sure. She lets go of the comm and walks over and starts putting the body away. I need to know how much you trust the members of your team.
Paperwork's been lagging, but I entrust them implicitly.
Okay. All right.
Paperwork's been lagging only because I haven't had time to sit still since starting.
Yeah, I get that. So, all right. Well, okay. Good to know. I guess let's get you back to your, although unless you want to look at our evidence cabinet, we do have another thing for you. But this was, extremely important. I really need to make sure you guys are aware before you...
Yes, it is very irksome that an individual who could very well be very linked to all of this was casually making his way through the police department. Yeah. That does explain why our witness ran away. However.
Yeah, and it was, unfortunately, it has explained a few other situations, like the warehouse we were not ready to turn over, but that seemed to slip out from under our hands, and, well,
Equipment from within the warehouse go?
We have it locked up.
Oh, thank God. Are you absolutely 100% certain it's actually locked up? Finn now, looks over at him. I kind of need that.
Yeah, he kind of has this little, oh, shit, look on his face because, and as he gets that, worried, oh, shit, it's he signed off on that paperwork. Let's go take a look.
Go! Let's go. Let's go now. Picking up the pace, Fenn's no longer walking, and urging dear Chief Jiff to run with me.
He's more than capable of keeping up with you.
Let's go.
But yes, he has also followed suit and is taking you to the evidence arena and not arena. What the fuck?
Lock up.
Yes, the lockup cage. What is as we're doing that, what is the rest of the crew doing in the interim? Assuming that Nash has joined up with the group now.
Yeah, I mean, I think one, they're listening to the drama. I think that's for sure happening. But while they're listening to the drama, they for sure. Let's see. I want to say about the time that Nash pulled up, Boston was trying to get our robot friend into the car, but realizing that his joints were locked up, and so he'd have to fold him in half, but it couldn't lift him.
I was actually going to just open the door, and then it's gonna dent the car. But at this point, we have nothing else we can do.
We do have other things we can do. It's called wait.
Well, he didn't know you were coming up. Yeah, he's just getting ready to push.
On the shared radio. God damn it!
Who are you? Who got this number? Who gave this to you?
I'm just sitting there, cracking up and slowly pulling hairs out of Scully's arms.
The Baldrick is
That's
his
terrifying.
hat is on the grass and his arms are up and just frozen,
Baldrick's
laying on the ground. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Brett, are you there?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. One more time.
He had to buffer real quick.
Guys, I am so tired.
Oh my
I'm
God.
so sorry. One more time.
Just describing how Brett was getting Baldrick into the car, and the hat was on the ground, and Baldrick's arms were up in the air, and Brett was just.
I basically Kendalled him.
Yep, and trying to lift him up to try to plank him into the vehicle.
I feel like Nash
Tony,
is
please
probably
don't.
going to roll up at this point. There's a better way to do that. You know that, right?
Oh, hey man, how you feeling?
I mean, it was a short run.
Sure.
It's fine. No,
I mean, I pick up what. If you want to take one side, take the other side, and we just kind of put him into the car.
I mean, yeah. At this point, you've scuffed him up a bit. Just dragging him over here. There's. I don't know if it was over concrete or grass. I'm not 100% sure. Honestly,
Dude, I'm tired. Don't do this right now. I also
I'm not sure
forgot,
that
but
was
then
in
as we're looking
character
at this,
voice. I'm not sure.
no. Well, he is at 14 hit points right now because he was in a fist fight and gunfight with this guy, literally 10 minutes ago.
And your healer, well,
I mean,
I am the healer.
We are in a lot of trouble.
I mean, normally our healer isn't the one that's right in the front of everything.
I mean,
We're a little unorthodox.
back up. Okay, so one, Did you get the shit kicked out of you? Like,
He kind of just, he's like, I mean, I did. Oh, wait. I mean, you saw that we it was
yeah,
resolved.
I did. You're right. I did. Yeah. Sorry.
I guess you didn't really look at Boston because you've been avoiding him like a weirdo, but, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
He has.
All right. All I'm saying is that mech suit didn't help you much. Like,
I mean,
in
when someone's
booty
shooting lightning out of
shorts,
the hands,
kicked the crap out of them on a moving bus. Like 3
did he
days
shoot
ago.
lightning at you?
Yeah,
did he shoot
a couple
lightning
of
out of you?
times.
Yeah.
Here's,
Man,
here's the trick. If you gut punch them before they get the lightning, it doesn't hurt as much.
to be fair, he was across the room, and I was trying to have to not shoot at civilians or, get civilians in the way.
You have legs. That would get fewer civilians in the way. But all right. You ready?
Are you really giving me lessons on how to defend myself?
Hey, look. If you're gonna do a terrible job, look, we need to have a conversation, okay? I know you're
At least I
supposed to
know
be
where-
the expert.
At least I know who I'm targeting when I'm in a fight.
Will you two stop bickering? Just get him in the freaking car.
Yes, ma'am. Boston puts in a cigarette and adjusts Baldrick's arms back down.
At this point, Viper comes up. It's like, hey, did Baldrick freeze again?
Again?
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't charge all the way at night, and he just kind of not full battery, doesn't have the full. Lost a couple of fights that way, but anywho.
He just has a habit of not fully charging himself.
I think we all have that same problem in real life as well.
Mostly just Brett.
Mostly just me.
No.
And gears.
Well,
And blood.
I was thinking about Tony when he was doing his frisbee stuff. Like every single Wednesday, he'd be just not here. But
Look,
And
it's
now there's
winter, so he
caffeine.
is.
it's literally starting next Wednesday again. Here we go. Look, I'm only gonna be up from like 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. It's fine.
It's whatever.
That's normal. Anyway. So yeah, Nash is they're gonna make sure Baldrick is in, right? And then
Get him inside. Pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah. So you guys sound like you were gonna lock Baldrick in the car and then somehow not drive the car to the place we're gonna end up.
I mean, I was gonna take the keys out of his pocket, and Boston takes the keys out of Baldrick's pocket.
It's a fob.
He takes the fob out of his pocket. Apologies.
Just so you know, it doesn't jingle jingle. It fobs.
Jingle jangle.
Yeah.
Wobble bobbles.
Sorry, that was bad. That was a bad joke.
It was wonderful. Please more.
Anyway, yeah, the way you guys were talking about it was like you were gonna leave him, so I'm
We're just gonna leave him
don't.
in the car. Sorry.
I didn't realize this was a normal occurrence with him, so maybe that might not be the case. I don't know. It depends when he turns back on.
Is there like a car charger? Do we think we can?
Do we know where? Nope, I can't ask that question. I'm gonna text it in the chat.
No, you do not know how.
To plug him in.
Are you gonna look for his plug?
Where's his port?
Guys, why?
Uh-huh.
Why me?
I love how he's like, I'm going to avoid the embarrassment, and we all three hopped right on.
We need that clipped.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
Ben?
Hi.
I love it. I like bullying Brett. It's so easy. He's so easy to fluster.
Okay, sure.
So, are we just going to the police station, or are we doing something fancy?
We I feel like we should go to the police station and give Ben some backup for now, because it's not the best situation. And like you guys have been listening, like he doesn't know who to trust in his own department.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they need like a boombox, and a late night, box of chocolates or something. But, yeah, we can go.
We'll just like tie Scully to Baldrick in the car and drag him around. Well, yeah.
Or you could bring him into. I'm not there.
Did we get the name of the guy that the lieutenant was the lieutenant, like, what was his actual name? I don't have it pinned exactly in my notes.
So it was Edwards was the one being
Edwards,
impersonated.
What was the convict's name?
We did not get. I didn't get the actual name. It's just one of the people who was on the thing.
We could have asked for it, but somebody muted us.
Justifiably so.
We weren't giving you advice. It was very helpful too, and if you had followed it.
Boston would be able to look up the names of the criminals on his little database sheet.
Yes, I would like to do that, please.
And let me get. So, Boston, are you actively doing this, or is this a player thing?
I mean, he would be doing that as soon as he got the information. He would have paused putting down Baldrick and gotten the person's name, so that way he can maybe ask Scully about it. Maybe.
Okay. So, when Boston is looking at his copy of the news that he received that day, he is able to look and sees that there are 3 escapee prisoners. One redhead, which you recognize that was the one that y'all tied to the toilet.
We already have him.
I was not there for that. I have no idea what happened. No one's informed Boston. He was just not there.
I'm not going to inform him.
Right. So a redhead that you don't know of, a brunette, and Scully. However, yeah, so that wouldn't be information either. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I did have the
3
wanted
individuals.
posters. The wanted posters were brought up.
Yeah,
in the
that's what you
news.
have. That's the information you have.
No names with the wanted posters?
No, they do. Give me a second.
Like, I'm searching my notes. 1 sec.
I'm trying to sort out the DM information from what you guys know, okay? I already messed up once. I'm not gonna try and do it again.
Oh god.
So there was Scully. There was.
What's Scully's actual name?
It was
Donald
Daniel
Schaefer.
Schaefer. Daniel? Oh my god. Yes. There was Donald Schaefer. There was Evan Merwood. And Lincoln Gaylord.
Which one? I hate to ask. Which one is the redhead and which one's the brunette?
This is you asking?
Yes, for my notes.
So the redhead is Gaylord.
Okay.
And then the brunette is Merwood.
Merwood. And Scully's last name, it's Donald
Schaefer.
Donald.
Schaefer.
It is
Donald?
currently in our notes. I can.
Donald Schaefer.
Highlight it for you.
Y'all.
It might be, but I just don't have those like pinned, so I just want to have them up here, and so I can pin them.
Yeah. Would you stop, Cat? Give me 2 more minutes. Yes. So those are the 3 names of the wanted posters that is going to be in front of Boston when he pulls them up.
I'm now seeing the actual glitch that happens on my webcam. I hadn't seen it till about 2 seconds ago, so that is interesting. That does match with the vibe of this game.
Right.
But as Ramita or Nash bring Scully over,
I'm bringing him over and I'm just dragging him by his ear.
You can't do that.
how much is your drag weight? 240 something?
No, the ear
450?
will rip off after 5 pounds of pressure.
Okay, well, I'm
I'd
going
break
to...
his legs.
He doesn't have hair, does he? Does
No.
anyone have a suction cup? I'll just drag him by a leg, face down still.
Okay. I mean, you could try and pull him by his ear, but it will rip off right after a few minutes and screaming. But
I mean-
yeah, the leg is gonna actually get the body to where you need it to be.
I am not happy with this dude, so...
Okay, Scully has received more damage and is missing an ear now.
Oh.
He's
Mike's
gonna-
like, Grandma.
he's gonna-
but-" Okay.
He's gonna kind of wave over to Ramito for the ear.
I didn't do it. I'm just gonna
Was
like
it-
slowly drop it into his hand.
I gotta spend another. I don't believe this. I'm going to spend how much HP it takes to reattach his ear so we don't get arrested for brutality.
Just one is fine.
We
Okay.
didn't do it. His ear just fell off from the fight. You
I
shot it
fought
off
him.
at some point.
Nope.
Viper's just shaking her head like, Grandma.
Viper, you saw that ear fall off on its own, right?
You don't have to answer that, kid. You could become an accomplice.
At this point, the officer that's been in tow has approached. What's the Oh no. Yeah, that's not good.
It's fine, officer. It's fine. He clicks it back. He basically clicks it back on, then heals it.
Okay.
I really want this like mentally to be just like him taking the ear and like slapping him.
It's just gone upside down now.
Hey, Jafa,
It's crooked.
Oh god, yes.
I failed health class. Hey, Daniel, right? That's your name? He's gonna kind of like slap him back away.
Yeah.
Good. Question: were you hoping that a friend of yours by the name of Merwood was gonna get you out of this sticky mess? Because where's his SIM chip? If I can just look, can I see where it is located?
Do an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I help with that? Is that something?
If you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to give me advantage, or do you want to? You want to roll for it? You want to roll?
Decide before I know.
I feel like each of us is looking at a side, right? You've got like
Sure.
the left side, I've got the right. So I'm gonna say each.
Individual rolls. Okay.
Yeah.
16 for me total.
Okay.
Gotta get back to that. And you said it was investigation?
Yes.
Perfect.
A guidance for you, good sir.
Oh, That's good to know.
Because I didn't call it on myself, so.
That's a 13.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
I mean, we're level 5, that's not terrible.
you both see it at the same time. Though Boston kind of moves the hand into view, and you notice on the back of his hand, right down near the wrist, is a very, very distinct burn where there would have been a chip.
Son of a bitch.
No, that's perfectly fine. I didn't want your friend, and he's going to take out that flame dagger and just kind of point it at that burn mark. I didn't want him to hear us tell him that we did find about your buddy Merwood. So why don't we have a pleasant conversation, just drive around a little bit and decide if you want to be friendly with us, or they'll probably send me to prison as well, and maybe if we're lucky, we'll share a cell. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to kill you, but I'll make your life hell.
Roll intimidation check.
Oh, that's really good. 23 total.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, he's his expression is very tight, but he's not looking like he's wanting to spend too much time with you.
Hey, Nash, he's gonna toss some Nash the not key because I forgot what they're called.
A fob.
Fob. Thank you. Give us a little drive around.
Sounds good. You talking big loop, little loop, or just loop-de-loop?
Explore the city a little bit. We ain't no rush. You haven't seen
Sounds
too much
good.
of the place.
Ramita, you want to see the sights?
How long would it take me to get to the police station if I were to go on foot?
At least 15
Flashes
minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah, being shorter than Nash and not running, it would be at least 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'll probably hop in with them then.
Okay. You're gonna leave your grandkid at the funeral?
No, Viper's coming with us.
Oh
But
shit!
Viper's sitting up front.
Hold
with
on. No.
Nash.
No,
Back.
Hold on. Ramita, why is a child coming with us?
Well, we're gonna
I
close
ain't a
the
child.
divider. Also, this child helped you.
Yeah, you were such a fucking good shot. Let the record show that Viper missed every shot that they fired with the gun.
They did, but yes, they did.
they did, but
Gun is not. It's also not their weapon. And Viper is just fuming because
And for the record, where's your police officer? Where's your handler?
he's
Gonna
right
look
there.
around. Is he coming in the car with us?
He approached when you put the ear back on.
Okay, actually, I
can't-
forgot about that guy.
He can't have credible deniability if he sees me start beating the shit out of this guy.
Viper,
Why?
take this guy and you go meet up with Fen at the station. No, never mind. Never mind. You
what?
stay with Father Tobias.
What is Grandma? Grandma.
freaky cold stuff, kid. Don't touch it.
Okay, Viper. Shit is going down. I told you I didn't want you in this damn city in the first place. You're here now. You're gonna stay with Father Tobias because that's the only person that these guys kind of trust. And I don't know anyone here. And the only person I do know is currently dead in the car.
He's not dead. He's just hibernating or whatever.
Hibernating.
He does. It's
So,
but oh god, Grandma.
He's getting those updates. You know, it takes forever.
What is he, Windows?
Windows 98.
Yay.
But Grandma, and she's just all flustered and everything, and the officer's like, don't worry about it. I will take care of Viper, and but make sure it's no more than a couple minutes, because otherwise, I can't not unsee this. So you got 4 minutes.
Sounds
Sure.
good. I'm a very reasonable driver. Will
Sure.
obey all of the traffic laws.
I'll sit up front ish. I'll be not within reaching distance. If that helps.
Okay. And he taps Viper on the shoulder and she kind of reluctantly just I gotta talk to you. You just anyways. And they walk off.
Nash
Crazy
is
kid.
gonna start driving. The moment he sees a speed bump, he is going to aim for the speed bump. Right
Or a
before he
pothole.
gets to it.
Roll a shit. Just roll a d20. Just roll a d20.
D20. All right. The last time I did this for a driving check, we all nearly died, but that was a different campaign.
PTSD. You
15.
killed my fucking thing.
We're not talking about that right now. And yes, it was an orca.
Kelpie.
Excuse me?
I had these little automatons, little friends. I had Kelpie and Artist. Artist was a little bear who could fuck shit up, and Kelpie was a flying drone who looked like an orca.
With machine guns. And that's a 15.
Okay. You do it with such precision that because you had let me get this straight. So we've got Nash in the driving seat, Ramita's up front with Nash, Boston's in the back, Baldrick is laying across the bench seat, and somehow you've got Scully tied to him. Am I correct? This is the collective imagery that I have from everyone's input.
I don't know that we
Kind of.
tied Boston to, or not, that we tied Baldrick to
Scully?
Scully.
Yeah, I recommended it. I don't know if anyone else went along with it.
Nah. I definitely can have Baldrick leg sit holding on him a little bit, so he's kind of can't move too much in case he tries to escape.
No escape.
No escape.
So here's what happens then. You carefully put Baldrick on Scully's lap. Feet, head, whichever, doesn't matter. You hit that speed bump at just the right point.
Oh no.
Baldrick kind of jumps and lands on Scully's toe. Breaks his foot. Yeah. You hit that
Oop.
speed bump. Very
So,
well.
Good job, buddy.
You gonna start talking? Because I only have a certain number of this, and he has the energy of lay on hands kind of on his finger, but he doesn't put it down. We got 4 minutes to find that speed bump over and over and over again.
Oh, we're on a run of them. We got a couple more coming up in a few seconds.
Time's a ticking.
Yeah.
Roller coaster ride.
Speaking of time, let's take our break right now, and we will come back.
All right, sounds good. We'll see y'all in a few. How's everybody feeling?
If there's ever a maybe to that, I'm fairly certain we definitely were. Anyway,
You know, I felt like I should just give some viewers a warning in case they tuned in while we were on break, and didn't realize we're kind of in the middle of some shit.
Kinda.
things are going down, not to the betterment of Scully. It's fine.
Donald. His name's Donald.
Scully, he doesn't deserve a name.
No, he doesn't deserve a cool nickname like Scully. He's just Donald.
Okay.
He doesn't get to pick the cool nickname. He gets down on the Schaefer.
Or Schaefer. Shaffa.
How
Shaffa,
about
sorry.
Chafer?
Shay.
Or then Chafing?
I'm only gonna ask this once. Shaffa, where are the kids?
Whimper,
do you
whimper,
mean?
whimper.
That foot that's broken, that's not where it is. He's gonna press on it and just gently bend it that way.
You got them all.
I don't like being lied to. And he's gonna press down even harder with his pseudo hands.
Another speed bump incoming.
Yeah, more screaming. And he's like, you got them all. That's it. That's all of them. That's all of them.
Do I believe him?
Oh, insight.
The answer is no, because we met Trixie and we still haven't gotten Trixie. So we
I'm
can't-
curious if he doesn't know where they are.
Oh, okay.
There he is. I mean, I don't believe him as it is, but that's a total of 10.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so if we
He's
got
as
all of them,
honest as he can be with the amount of pain he's in.
okay, then where's Trixie? You know,
They're
sweetheart,
no
little
longer
girl.
kids. They're now teenagers.
Oh, right, my bad. Where are your victims?
Oh, God.
God's not gonna save you right now. Right now, it's just
I
between
don't-
you and me.
I don't know where Trixie is. I don't.
Gonna take out the little fire knife and turn it on and say, I got this as a cool little item. I wonder what that's gonna do to a broken foot. We want to find out together, or are you gonna start chatting? 5,
I don't know where Trixie is.
4, 3, 2. Stop.
Yeah, you hear Nash from the back. You hear screaming, and you hear sizzling, and then you smells like steak.
Nash is going to turn on the fan so that it blows the air back.
He's then
Maybe
gonna take
like-
it out and then
There's a
heal him up.
slice-
The-
Huh?
Someone
heal-
must be burning garbage soup somewhere near us.
Gonna take off the knife and heal him up the points to get him back to mostly healed.
Okay. Yeah, he's as honest as you think he can be.
You want to try that again? We got 2.5 minutes.
Look, man, I don't know where she is, alright? She does her own thing.
Would if roles were reversed, would you believe me?
Say that again.
If our roles were reversed, would you believe me?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's crying, tears are coming out of his face.
He's fine. He's been
He's
healed. He's
exhausted.
fine.
He's exhausted though.
Well, maybe he shouldn't go bombing fucking places and attacking them.
Actually, to the point. Any regrets for your, previous actions for the past, I don't know, what, 7 days? 6 days? You killed 2 innocent people just because they were different than you. Even if you and I don't agree on everything that Athanda has said, that is incredibly fucked. Grow up.
They're not people. They lost that when they lost their.
I break his other foot.
Oh God. Yeah, he screams out in bloody murder.
Everyone's people until they lose their humanity. And killing people because they look different than you means you lost your humanity. Which makes you a monster. I have no problem killing monsters.
They are the monsters.
Hey, Nash, pull over. I think we got a flat tire.
Anyone have like anything we could surgically implant on him?
Does a grenade count?
No, because we could still use his brain. We need that.
Here's the question I got for him.
You want to take a back seat? I'll switch with you while I fix the tire.
I mean, I can fix
I don't
the
wanna-
tire.
I don't want to take all the fun away. You know, like you can do your thing.
I
No,
need
I
the
just
three
need
of
you
you
to-
to roll a perception.
You need who to roll up?
I need the
Perception.
three of you to roll for perception.
Ooh, that's nice.
A net roll.
You know what? Is this the time?
I mean, you might as well. Both of you might as well.
This feels like the time.
I don't know if I have any more.
You don't. Oh no. Can I give Vermita mine?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Non-transferable.
That's fair.
Here's the I don't.
I rolled a total of 13, which isn't terrible, but I mean, again, we're level 5. We're not supposed to have like perceptions of what, 27 or whatever.
Yeah.
Benrana does.
I rolled a 6.
I'm gonna use.
Listen, leave me out of this.
No. I blame you.
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations
Okay.
to bump that up from an 8 to a 15. That was worth it.
There we go.
Okay. Okay.
And correct it in the stats.
Yeah.
I got some physical die.
Okay. So, Ramita and Boston, do you guys get out of the vehicle or no?
Nah, I'm just gonna chill because there's no point in me like moving.
Okay. Nash and
I'm-
Boston, are you actually actively getting out of the car and walking around and changing positions?
I mean,
Nash does not want in the back, so he wouldn't be changing positions.
Okay.
If they need to like fake get out and change a tire, he'll get out, but
Okay. Okay.
but he's not.
Um.
There's no swapping of seats for him.
Granny
Okay.
can't drive, so
Okay. So, Boston, as you're talking to Donald, you're just getting your questions and answers, or no answers, out, and everything seems hunky-dory. Nash, as you get out and walk around to the back of the vehicle to do a pretend tire change, you notice Schaefer's looking a little thin. A lot thinner than he was earlier.
Like skinny thin or like
Like, he's wasting away. Like
Oh,
he
no.
hasn't eaten in the last week or two.
compared to 5 minutes ago?
Yes.
That ain't good. Boston,
Yeah.
something ain't right.
Looking over him, do I see anything
Uh,
bizarre?
Just pointing it out, you start to notice the same, similar things. You see his eyes are he's exhausted. His eyes are kind of sunken in. He's got bags under his eyes. He's looking a
Okay.
little more frail than he was when you were fighting him earlier.
I'm going to
does he
use a
bleed?
pool. Is he bleeding? That's a good question.
Not since you healed him.
I'm going to use a pool of 5 points of lay on hands to cure any disease or neutralize any poisons affecting the creature.
Okay.
I'm gonna call back and ask him. asked Scully specifically if he was experimented on when he was in the prison.
No. How would I be? You see him kind of getting a little grayer.
Yeah. Some.
Get him. Let's get him. Let's get him to.
I'll step on it.
Yep.
Do you think it's one of the first ones that was actually like turned from a kid? Was I just torturing a fucking kid?
Oh.
If he hadn't aged in the last week, aging over the last 5 minutes doesn't make sense unless something happened. I think it has to do with being hurt. Body trying to repair itself, like what do they call them? Like a nanite or something. It like takes your energy to like heal yourself a little bit. He got real skinny. Anyway, he is flooring it, by the way, as they talk.
Okay, where are you headed?
Wherever the jail place he was supposed to be taking him is.
The police station.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to the ER.
Someone unmute themselves so that Fenrana can hear us, or someone DM Fenrana.
I gotta be driving.
I'll DM and just be like, SOS, Scully's wasting away somehow.
Cool.
210.
Do I get that notification?
As you're walking towards the evidence room, and Sheriff Jeff has unlocked the door and signed his name in with the clerk. You start to be escorted and walk in. You get this this message.
I will check it.
Yeah, you receive a little message from Ramita. It's a
Yeah,
text message.
SOS.
Yep.
Fuck me. Okay. Unmute.
I feel like as you mute back in or unmute, you hear the chaos from the car. And I feel like Nash is shouting back, "Look, Scully, you're wasting the fuck away here, all right? How'd you get those goddamn powers so we can fucking save your life?"
I am nonstop casting Spare the Dying, so that as soon as he gets to 0 hit points, he becomes stable.
Okay.
Oh,
It
you
will-
think he's fully unconscious already?
Well, I'm just casting it until he drops because I don't know.
It's a cantrip, isn't it? So
Yeah, just at will. Just.
But I was asking him a question, so I wanted to make sure he was conscious.
No, he is conscious, and he replies, "Look, my powers, and he's struggling, but he's like,
then we know about the warden. Anything but that.
I was gifted my abilities. I was bestowed them upon meeting a man after prison."
Name. We need a name. Don't try to be glorious right now. We got
Was he
a
a
guy
dwarf?
in right now.
Was he a dwarf?
I don't know his name. No, I don't think so. He was tall. And I met him about right after prison break, 4 months ago. He said he had a message, and roll an insight.
All right.
Don't hurt yourself. Gears,
Um,
please be careful.
Nash is
Fine.
rolling this insight at disadvantage because he is currently focused on driving, but he's trying to pay attention to both. So
Total of 18. Hey! Oh, wait, no, that's
18.
not with disadvantage. One job, Nash. You had one job. Focus on the road.
Yeah, no, he's only focused on the road.
16.
Okay. Ramita, you're still kind of you're in the front seat. Unfortunately, you can only pick up what Boston is doing. And Boston, you with an 18, you notice there is an aura. There's no other way to describe it. It's just a heat energy coming from Schaefer's pocket in his pants.
I'm going to take whatever burning out of his pocket and grab it with my hand.
That's not
Well,
smart.
Gauntleted hands. I've got protection on. Don't worry.
He has
I'm
PPE.
literally wearing plate mail. That's pretty
He's wearing-
protective materials.
Okay.
constantly got it on him.
Okay. Yeah, so you pick it up with your gauntlet hand. And you take a look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a ring. And it is glowing.
Cast it into the flames.
Like it's
Do it
on
now, Master
like
Frodo.
it's about to blow up, or that it's like
It is radiating in a light energy from it. You would have to identify it.
I do not have that spell equipped.
Yeah, if you wanted to know more information. But it is glowing, and you feel a little weaker in that hand.
He drops it immediately, just on the on the bed of the car, just on the ground. He's like, "Nope, I
Okay.
didn't like that." Nope.
What was
Does-
that you just dropped, Boston?
Yeah. Shit. It was a ring. It was something that gave off magic. I didn't quite much care for it, to be honest. Looking back at Schaefer, does he look a little bit better or no?
Has he stopped
Okay.
withering?
In fact, he looks worse. He's gotten he's so frail you would think he was a 98-year-old man.
I'm still casting Spare the Dying on him, so as soon as he hits 0, he becomes stable.
Yeah. He's at that point. He's kind of closed his eyes and he's just kind of sitting up with his eyes closed and head kind of just bobbing along with the ride.
Fuck.
Oh.
Boston is going to. This is a fancy car. They're like champagne glass, something like that he could put this ring into, or something. I don't know.
It's not a limo.
I don't know, man. Baldrick's got the moves on this car. I'm
Baldrick's
just
classy.
saying.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is true. There's an ice bucket.
There's also
He
plenty
will-
of newspaper.
He will take some. That's true. Or Yellow Pages will take some Yellow Pages and just put it into.
But I don't
He
know if
will-
that was removed, honestly. So yeah, okay. So you take the newspaper and then
he'll
you put
Put
in the
it
ice
into
bucket.
the ice bucket. And he says, "Don't none of you touch that." And he's gonna be. He'll take off his gauntlets best he can, so he can be kind of like cradling, his head, so that way it's not bumping around. Because if he looks like he's 95 years old, of one bad bump and he'll snap.
No, 95. 95-year-old men don't have their necks just snap like that.
I'm just saying, he's sleeping, and I was literally just torturing the man. There's a bit of guilt right now since the guy, he literally saw this man age from like maybe 35 to 95 in 3 minutes. That's a bad experience. That's straight up Tim Burton.
Okay.
Don't
okay.
insult age. Damn ageist.
Really, we're having this conversation right now? That's what
When
we're
humans
doing?
get to 95, it does not end well.
What would I actually be in human years? Because I'm really old even for
For
happen.
Ramita?
Yeah.
I mean, she's physically 210 years old. Like, that's old.
I know, but like in human years.
Halflings age
Oh, wow.
differently
Be?
than humans.
She's like 65.
Oh.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah, I'm young as shit.
You still have another, 30 years? So for you, that'd be another 100 years or so. You're fine.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah. Fen is going to, as quickly as possible, look and see if the materials are within the lockup. And then make their way downstairs.
Okay, so you, do you walk while
Or
reading,
upstairs.
or do you pause?
Well, I've been interacting.
Right, but were you walking?
Yeah. Which, by the way, now the sheriff knows that my entire group has just been listening this entire time. It's fine. Because literally all they do is just unmute. What the fuck? And then everyone is heard.
He kind of chuckles, and you're going down some of the aisles, and he's not quite there, but he's like, it's down this aisle. Do you wanna go?
We need to check this, and then I will deal with that. Unfortunately, I've got to wait for them to get here anyway.
Okay.
Then, do you know any way someone would start just withering in front of your eyes?
There's multiple magical implications there, one of which is the thing that made the children adults.
A ring? Would it be a ring?
Magical artifacts have been known to kill people literally by aging them out.
Well, I touched it even with my gauntlets on, but like, am I gonna start getting senile real quick and like have to go play in like Fringe, but then forget where I am? Like, what's gonna happen?
You were
I do not
already
know.
senile.
Fuck off.
I do not know. Until I see the artifact itself, I don't know.
Point, you see the sheriff freezes and goes, it was right here. And on the shelf there is a empty space.
Have your officers nab Edwards immediately.
Agreed. And he starts rushing out. With you in tow, I suspect.
Yeah.
And he leaves, and he gets on his what would be a shortwave radio, his chip, and he starts shouting instructions for people to arrest Deputy Edwards and put out a whatever it's called,
APB, all points bulletin.
that thing.
Mhm.
Yes, out on them, and to approach with caution, as he could be highly armed.
Armed and extremely dangerous.
That. And so you make your way out to the front, and at this point, after a few minutes, Nash, you arrive at the sheriff's department. Ramita and the sheriff rushing out to greet you.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is this police station downtown?
As far as, like, what's the question? Like, are you saying how far it is, or are you asking, like, is it busy, or is it
located in a downtown part of town? Like, is it the question is exactly what was asked. Is it downtown?
Kind of outside of downtown.
Okay.
It's not really in the really busy district. It's more of in the eatery kind of area.
Okay. So
Because y'all went to a bar afterward.
Downtown, walking.
No.
Now? That's what you're doing this now?
We have a man dying in the back seat and
there's
another
a
one
man
potentially
literally
aging.
dying, and if
We need him alive.
if he shits in this car, Baldrick's gonna be pissed.
For the record, Nash is not singing this. It's just me.
I don't believe you.
You should believe me.
Anyway, the moment they get close enough, I am dispelling magic on any magical item I find within that car.
I mean, if you technically you cast it on a person, it does also remove those effects.
Anything within the area, right? I have 120 feet.
You have to focus on a specific spot. And
Shit. Okay. I'm just the car. Everything within the car.
Oh God.
Can I do that?
No.
No.
One, no, and two, not a good idea.
Fuck.
Because if you do the car, it would be everything inside.
It doesn't
the car.
work like that. You have to exactly specifically say
I
one
know.
specific thing. Think
Just
when
go
like
for the-
Caduceus
Okay,
did
so
with the yaw shot.
first Donald, and then the ring.
You do dispel.
Spell magic. I can
magic.
do it twice.
What Fen is gonna need to do is make a spell.
Yeah. Spellcasting
unless
roll
the spell
and
or whatever is killing them is less
below
than level
third.
3. If it is higher than 3rd level, they have to make a spell attack basically. They have to beat the DC
Add my modifier
of the
and-
spell versus.
So the DC is basically just the spell level plus 10.
Yeah. Unless this is not a spell and the effects of a spell or magical item with a spell infused with it, it's like a magical effect, like something like Dragon's Breath or something like that.
It says choose one creature, object, or magical effect.
Right.
Magical effect that is happening around Donald. I am stopping.
Okay.
That is what I'm focusing on. Just whatever is aging him expediently.
Okay. All right. And then, so you get to the car, you get to the vehicle, you see Donald Schaefer in the back seat and Boston sitting in front of him. You aim your spell, goes through the window and hits Donald Schaefer, and at the moment, he's just quiet, sitting in the back. And the rest of you, Nash, do you get out of the car? Boston, do you alert Ramita or Finrana to the bucket?
Yeah, I said. Well, a magical item is in that bucket. It should probably be figured out what it is, but just don't grab it. Because if you remove the magical properties, we can't know what the spell is or whatever it was in the first place.
I can turn it off. The spell it will not remove its effects. It just turns it off.
For how long?
Not long.
Do what you want. You're the boss, after all.
Nash is jumping.
Did it work on Schaefer, by the way?
Did we lose you, Gears?
Gears?
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Well, it seems to have worked. Looks the same he did just a minute ago, or not a minute ago, a second ago.
Nash is jumping out like a member of a NASCAR pit crew that stashed themselves in the race car.
Oddly specific.
I had to see if there was a meme that you popped.
No.
There is
no
not.
meme, just
Okay.
No meme? It
Okay.
seems like it'd be a meme situation.
It does. It does.
Kinda does.
grew up in a family that watched NASCARs. What do you want from me?
What, in rural Kansas and Missouri?
Missouri.
Okay. So you rush out and
I assume we're like getting Donald in there, but
He needs medical attention.
yeah. So I assume Boston is already getting him moved towards the door. And as soon as,
Gently.
Nash is basically good because if he's thinning out, Nash can basically pick him up with one arm pretty easily. Place him lightly on the shoulder, and then hike into the place. Looking for medical attention.
right. The officer, sheriff, directs you. There is a medical station behind the sheriff. It's not a full-on hospital, but it'll do. So he directs you to the area and around the corner. It is more like a like an
A quick
overnight
infirmary,
clinic.
not an actual.
Yeah, like an overnight emergency clinic. But it is something that where people can be treated right before getting arrested, or people who were involved in that sort of thing. So it's not too far, and so you take him there. You're able to get him inside. Sheriff shouting orders to people, and get him into a bed. Nurses take him in the back, and then you're left because at the front. What do you do next? The individual is taken back with sheriff and your party.
Stay with him. Please stay with him.
Yeah, I mean, Nash is sticking with him.
Okay.
Boston's holding the bucket that that has the ring in it, not touching where the ring is, just like holding around the rim.
I'm gonna go to the people in the front and start asking them if they've ever seen anything like it.
Who do you ask? It's kind of busy. It's not hugely busy, but it's there's people walking around and doing stuff.
Whoever looks the most important.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a hospital. Usually you can tell, like, the difference between, like, I'd say doctors and nurses versus the front staff.
Right. The doctors are probably going to wave you off. There's not too many doctors, though. They're in the back. They're working with patients. So you want to talk to probably the administrator in front?
Yeah, I'll start with them. See if they can
Okay.
direct me, I guess. Or us.
We need to examine the patient first. We're not entirely sure what's going on. He just got admitted.
Okay, so he was fine. He even attacked a funeral, like full on strength, everything. We get him in the car, we start driving. He starts shrinking. Like, he aged in front of our eyes like it was nothing.
Not that that doesn't make any, no. I've not heard of that.
Do you know any mages nearby?
I'm sorry, no. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you lost?
Why, yes, dearie, I am. Can you point me in the direction of someone that knows the old ways?
And she's looking at you so confused, and this is a young blonde who's, she's probably in her mid-20s. She's like, hey,
It's a myth.
Patricia? And this other lady nurse comes by. Yeah? Could you help this lady, back into, she's kind of lost. We need to keep her, for a while. We'll get some of her next of kin, and we'll get some contact information.
Did I just get admitted?
Yes,
You did.
Yes, you did. Boss is saying this. Oh, that pole thing. That happens to the west of us. He lights a cigarette outside of the no smoking area and just laughing as Rita's probably giving him the stink eye as he's just waving goodbye.
I'm gonna talk to the older lady.
Very, very
be like-
nice older lady who is like in her 60s, gray hair. Come on, hun, let's go. We'll get you a nice, comfy chair to sit in, and we'll get some. You thirsty?
Like, yes, I am. Can I have a scotch? But anyway, do you know anyone around here that may still do magic? Like, I know it's well out of the way, but like that's the only thing that would make sense to what's going on with the patient we just brought in.
Well, we'll definitely do some research into this magic, and I'll definitely get you that scotch you were asking about. Come this way. And she leads you into a back room and gets you a blanket, and she's like, I'll be right back. She closes the door behind her as she leaves.
I'm gonna immediately go try to open the door.
It's locked.
Shit.
You have been admitted.
Hey guys. They think I'm crazy.
I'm sorry, who are you? How'd you get this line?
I snuck in.
I snuck in.
I mean, I have
Oh, my
technology, but
I'm gonna try and ascertain the type of magic that this fucking ring is made of.
Okay.
Is that an arcana?
Yes.
Yeah.
someone come, like, let me out.
No,
In a moment, Ramita.
That's a felony. I ain't gonna break into no.
Honey.
I ain't getting arrested for breaking an old lady out of a medical facility. I've done a lot of weird shit, but that ain't going on my bucket list.
That's not getting arrested for. You're freeing me from imprisonment.
Don't try to
Wrongful
make this
imprisonment.
noble.
14. Oh, that hurt.
Actually, don't you have the spell Identify?
I do not.
What? Oh, you don't know? It's fine. It's fine.
I have been making a character that's good at buffing people and debuffing the enemies.
The person who can identify is not here.
Mm-hmm.
They are currently shut down.
Anyway, Arcana check. 14.
Damn it.
So you're not able to you're trying to identify it, right?
I'm trying to get just like a basic vibe of what
Okay. So
class of
you don't
magic
The
this
posture
might be.
check.
Oh,
You're
Posture check,
getting-
everyone.
Oh.
Thanks, Vamp.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
I'm going to
So
take
what's
this
the-
quick amount of time to share with you the pun that I said while I was muted. Because
Oh.
I'm a travesty. You said you were here to buff and debuff the party, and I was like, Nash is the buff of the party.
Oh God.
You
Is that
menace.
what
wondering
you were
why you're
doing?
flexing.
Uh-huh. That was the point of the flex. And he muted while he did it.
I love it. The slow clap.
I'm not even mad.
Thank
I just have nothing nice to say.
Anyway. So I can't even get like a class of magic off of this thing?
What you're getting from it is there isn't any magic coming directly from it. It seems to be what you're getting is like the equivalent of like your sim chips. It's a connection.
It's just the end point per another spell.
Mm-hmm.
Dispel magic.
Okay. And now it's just a ring.
Is it a pretty ring at least, or is it just like a regular band?
It's a band. Nothing too.
Don't touch it,
about
please.
It's fine. We didn't need evidence.
Yeah. We good, Inspector?
It wasn't a magical item. Therefore, once the person who was casting the spell on the other end of it stopped, it would have been inert anyway.
There's no way to like reverse, like, since he's casting it from there, we can know where it's
Not,
coming from. I'm still new to the whole
not
magic
with
shit, so-
magic. It's sort of, kind of, but not in any capacity that wouldn't be beyond dangerous with the means we have here. If it was back in Auroran, I would have said for sure, but here, and it still has traces of the magic on it.
Sure.
It's just not active. That being said, he could reactivate it if he wanted to. Whoever this is.
few minutes later, you see Sheriff Giff walk out and...
Please, for the love of God, tell me you have Edward in custody somewhere.
Not at the moment. I just came to tell you that Donald Schaefer has passed away. And the doctors have deemed it as natural causes.
Nope.
Of course it's natural. No, magic. Make sure that is in proof.
They locked me up for even asking about magic.
We will deal with that here in a moment. Trust me, the nurses will be definitely hearing from me. As a matter of national security, as a member of Auroran, magic is real. Put it as the cause. His life essence was basically siphoned away.
I'll do what I can.
And now I'm going to go break my friend out of your hospital because stupid people doing stupid things, and I'm going to absolutely... So many people are so very dumb.
Let me... I will ask around. And he turns around and goes in and asks about a little short old lady that came in with a leather jacket and spikes. And after a moment, Ramita, you see Sheriff Giff go, "Come on." He opens the door and he's like, "Let's go."
Hey, is it really that weird that I was asking about magic? I'm gonna...
Apparently involved.
Like, I thought that was still, like, it's not commonly used, but I thought people still knew that it was in use.
I mean, just because something's still in use for people from a little bit older generation doesn't mean that youngins will believe it exists.
The uneducated will believe anything is fake if they haven't seen proof of it.
I'm living proof of that. I didn't know I could do the stuff I can do until prison, I think.
But, like, there's literally people that glow in other places.
Simply technology. Who would have guessed?
There's a lot of tech. A lot of tech.
Finn is absolutely seething at this moment, by the way.
Question. Nash would have stuck as close to Donald Schaefer as possible.
Right.
Was he there when all of this, like when Donald actually died? If so, like, can I get some information about that? Like,
following the sheriff and following the nurses back with Schaefer, they hooked him up to the machines and they got his pulse, and it was very low at the time that they hooked him up. But it was rather quickly afterwards that they you probably stood there and watched as the monitor went from the lowest of heart rates to flatline.
okay, so it was a little bit more of a creep
Yeah.
go out than it was like a big ordeal. Okay.
Yeah, it was like he was already in a coma.
He was already gone by the time we got him here, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, point of order, Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Spare the dying. Put the creature at stable. And if they put him on there, if they had tried to give him any sort of thing, he still would have been stable, and he would have continued to do so until something caused him to die.
Right.
We aren't sure my dispel magic actually worked. He could have still been siphoning.
We don't even know if the ring was the actual cause of it. It could have been, like, his connection with getting the power.
As far as the doctors will report or have reported, it would have been like liver failure.
Let's get all the scans we can.
Basically, you stabled him from magic effects and everything like that, but once the magic was gone, it was basically done. Like, natural causes, his natural body.
His body just shut.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is a point. Thank you, Darkness. Fen is going to go through and make sure that they have every bit of information, scans, the whole nine. Schaefer's getting sent off to a hospital to be absolutely imaged to the beyond.
We are transporting that body.
Yes. Oh no, it's not going missing. It's going to be...
But we need all the scans possible, like everything, blood work, see if there's any higher, like, electric, like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm sure they weren't scanning the brain.
All of the
end and
all of the
stuff.
science.
All
All of
of
the
the
science.
I feel like
But-
Nash is likely going to be reporting back at moment by moment what happens to Schaefer.
Okay.
And if you, if Fen tells him that we need to stick with the body, he'll be there.
Yeah. Stay with
Okay.
him. Do not move. Do not let them move him.
Okay.
Honestly, we
so-
should just kick everyone in this hospital out of that room.
No, unfortunately, this hospital does not have the machinery we need, probably. Unless it has, like, a CT and an MRI.
No.
No.
This is
Yeah.
not that. Mm-mm.
So, we are
This
going
is-
to find an actual hospital.
Let's put
And-
him on ice.
Yes. You don't get this.
Just grabs the champagne bucket. Should have poured the ice out into the car. Baldrick's gonna be
Okay.
pissed.
The sheriff outside is, as he's walking Ramita out, comes out and says, well, we can have him transferred as,
One of us is sticking with him the entire way
That
through.
should probably be you, Inspector. You're
Yeah.
the only one that has the legal clearance to do any of this. Technically, I could, but this is out of what I should be doing.
Oh,
anyway.
by the way, Ben is going to, in rage, go in their rage, finish up all of the application that they need to, the bare minimum, and people can ask them question later, and send it in.
okay.
Don't you guys have like some sort of coroner van where it keeps the bodies cooled when you're transporting it from a crime scene?
It's not gonna take that long to get him to a hospital, to the morgue. We can do all the scans, post-mortem. Well, not all of them. What kind of scans are you looking for again?
Everything.
You rambled- okay. All right.
We need to see
let
where
me-
the brain died, where the heart died.
Boston.
Let me
What?
make a few phone calls. And he
Boston.
excuses himself.
Boston.
Yeah.
We need Father Tobias in here.
Do I know if Father Tobias has any arcane abilities like my own?
Yes.
Probably a cleric.
He might actually have some tricks up his sleeve that might be actually beneficial with this.
I figured if you had a firecracker, he might have a grenade. You know what I mean?
I don't think that man's ever even played with fireworks. Hey, give me a minute.
Ben, what about the people in our hotel room?
What?
What about the guys we brought back to the hotel?
We have an
We
escape
brought
con-
people back to the hotel?
Listen,
Not here.
no, not right here, not right now.
I forgot he didn't know. But anyway, wasn't one of them a
we will
student?
discuss this. Yes, but his purview of what was
We met up with one of Ben's old classmates. We'll say that.
yeah,
Yeah. Isn't your old classmate in town? I should. Oh.
Xylo.
fix-
What was Xylo's purview of study? I can't remember.
Not the same as yours, but you did have some basic classes that overlapped. I didn't quite
He
explain
didn't.
what it was.
Yeah, Fen wasn't friends with them, so they didn't really know what he was into.
Right.
Okay.
You can go ask what his purview of study was. See if maybe he could be of assistance. But
Be good to check on him anyway. Hinky
Yeah.
shit.
also that.
I call up Father Tobias to get him down here and explain the situation. shortly,
As-
like as efficiently as I can in a short time frame. Like, hey, the guy that attacked the funeral service, he is no longer with us. I was curious if he had any magic that maybe we'd be able to speak to his spirit, or anything that might be able to assist us in this moment.
Okay.
That would have to
You-
wait until after the test because I don't want anything interfering with the right now.
Yeah,
Do you call or do
Introducing
you message?
different magic.
I would actually. He would want Fenrana's instruction on this and be like, "Hey, so I've never done anything like this before per se." He then mumbles under his breath.
Would
Typically-
Fen know what powers the clergy would have, or have an idea what powers clergy would have, like
Fen
within
would
the clerical
know-
line?
Unless Fen specifically studied religion, Fen would know a basic idea of what clergy are capable of, but it depends on the religion and depends on each level or authority of within that
Mhm.
church. So specifically Tobias, no, but general studies, roughly a decent amount. Like a bare
So
basic.
so they might know about Speak to Dead.
They would know of it. They're not sure if it would be Tobias or if it would even be the Church of Lythander.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
So- Yeah, so they would know if it was.
So some clerics can do that. Clerics can do that stuff. So
some,
maybe.
yes, but maybe Tobias, maybe not Tobias.
Who knows?
Maybe Lythander, maybe not Lythander. Another
Yeah.
completely different church. Yeah.
Awesome. That's all I need to know. Fantastic.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yes. I do believe his assistance could be necessary
Sure.
after the scans. Unfortunately, right now I do not want to disturb his body beyond anything we've already done. Any more magical interference could erase any traces we could get.
I was honestly a little concerned he might have popped inside the car and killed all of us, so I'm glad that he was the one out of all of us to die in that circumstance. Gonna be honest.
Fair, but now we have no answers. Not really.
I mean, Boston
That
Oh,
would not
Jones is
have
a
even
piece of
crossed
shit,
my
but,
mind.
You know, didn't help us out much.
No.
Not much closure either.
I am going to call Arwen.
Well, we did get somewhat of a description. It was a tall dude that he got his magic from. Didn't he say the hair color too?
Yeah, his divine Cullen or whatever.
Yeah, but
He was pulled into the cult by somebody else.
Yeah, he
It wasn't a dwarf.
apparently someone else tall. And actually, when I was looking at him, I saw that like he has a bunch of like wires and things attached to him. Right? He's not doing what Boston's doing, which is just like pure magical like energy out of his physical form. Right? You said it was like wires and tubes and things like that attached to him, right?
So he had these tattoos going down his arms, and
Mhm.
yes, there were like little wires going down his arms that were indicative of technology that was inserted in under his skin.
So to recap, he cybernetically enhanced himself to get
Yes.
more powerful.
To a
Okay,
degree.
so the full hypocrisy, sure.
We are under the assumption that that was done by the warden, weren't we?
We have no evidence of that.
We have no evidence that he did it himself either.
Wait, I thought he said that he wasn't one of the ones that was like experimented on
he
when we.
said it was bestowed by the tall man.
Whatever that means. Maybe Nash did it, we don't know.
But we have a tall man to look for. That's not vague at all.
That's
I mean, especially
assuming
since all
that
of
they
you are
didn't-
tall to me.
And that's assuming they don't have an ability like Rick does, where you can change what you look like.
That's true.
Rick can only change his height, however, by 1 to 2 feet.
That's
I mean,
that's
that's
still
enough.
pretty far
Between a
though. I
tall
mean,
man and an average size man.
yeah, like if we made Nash 2 feet taller, he'd be gargantuan. Right now he's just tall. You know, like don't be so pessimistic.
We have completely different ideas of height.
That's also true.
Okay. I am going with a body to a hospital and calling my teacher.
I'm going as well.
I don't
Thank
think we
you,
should
Nash. We need to check on our friends
I should.
at the hotel.
I actually should probably go to the hospital.
That's right, you're all
I should
injured.
probably go to the hospital. And at this point,
yeah.
I mean, he's still sitting at like 14 hit points. He probably like takes off some of the armor, and you guys like he is fried. He literally got electrocuted.
Yeah, you see a very
He is smoking.
Maybe you should go talk to the doctors, the incompetent doctors who are here. Fen hates these people.
Your sentences are not making me want to stay here.
Yeah, I think you should go to a different place, to be honest. Like, magical burns. They probably can't even heal them.
That's also fair. Have I mentioned I hate this backwater city?
I'm going to ignore that because not everyone is born with a platinum spoon in their mouth.
Basic knowledge, all we need.
I'll pay for whatever medical expenses are, and as soon as Rick is charged, he would too.
It's mostly just.
I can pay for it, seeing as I've officially put in that he is on my team.
Oh, so you are paying for for my bill?
Not right now.
Do you want to be healed?
Bloodlust look directly at me, not even a character model. Their eyes glared holes into my brain.
Do you want to be healed?
At this point, wait, where did you take your armor off at?
He just took off a little bit to just to get a little bit of sweat off. He didn't take off his whole suit by any means.
Right. But did you take it off at the non-smoking or the smoking area, or are you at the car?
I figure we were walking to the car as we're having this conversation, right?
Fen is not. Fen is sticking with the body.
Or whatever.
I guess then it'd be over walking because
is still in the room.
Yeah, Boston. It's over walking because Boston never really left the car.
Okay.
Fen went inside and is raging and is now making their way back to the body.
Okay. So Remina
God help the person that gets in their way.
Are walking back towards the body.
Probably Nash.
And Nash is in the other room. So, at this point you arrive where Nash is, and the sheet is covered. Donald. I just want to make sure, because if you were taking your armor off in front of the nurses like that, they would probably try to admit you. I was just making sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
They can sure try.
And at this point, Ramita, you get a message from Viper going, "You guys okay? You didn't come back."
Shit. I'll message Viper to... Viper's still with Father Tobias, right?
Area, yes.
Okay.
Viper's actually more hanging out with her police person.
I'm gonna message Viper to meet me in the lobby of the hotel. And I'll head that way.
Dang, you swanky now. Hey, Grandma.
Oh, you know Baldrick.
I'll go with her, and I'll take the car.
You need medical attention, dude.
Yeah, but just because remember what happened last time? One of us went somewhere, and then everyone else went somewhere else.
He got jumped by Scully.
I got jumped by fucking Scully and two other cultists.
Good news.
Right.
You can't get jumped by Scully.
Yeah, but the bad news is maybe his boss wants to finish the job.
Do you want me to stay here while you get healed up real quick then? Or should we just go to...
Are you going to give me boo-boo kisses while we're at it? Like, what's this about?
I don't know, they got some sort of salve or something to put on your burns?
Lightning does leave interesting tracks in the skin.
You're not...
It could be nifty scars.
Nerd, you're up here, we're way down here. Calm down.
I do think we glazed past the boo boo kisses thing way too fast.
Isn't that what
There ain't
grandmothers?
give no kisses.
Isn't that what
Grandma
grandparents
Fuck
used
up,
to
Chuck.
do? Or something like. I didn't have one, so I didn't know. Anyway,
Here's a butterscotch. It'll make you feel better.
it better have a whiskey filling, and he pops into his mouth.
You've been lied to.
Yeah.
We'll get whiskey at the hotel. On me.
Not a terrible idea.
The fact that I am contemplating picking up drinking.
We'll have a shot together tonight when we all reconvene, or tomorrow morning.
Okay. So, Fenrana and Nash are sticking with the body, and Boston and Ramita are driving off in the vehicle with Baldrick in the back.
Yes.
All right. I think this is a very good spot to pause and reconvene next week. Thank you all this evening. Let's do our roundtable review, and we'll close off for the evening. We'll go backwards. Nash, what's going on in your character's head, and give us any socials you might have.
Yeah, Nash is in what I call watchdog mode. He is on full alert, because nothing feels right now. Everything that happens to them feels like there's something else going on. And so he's waiting for the other shoe to drop on this endeavor. Which is why he's definitely not letting Fen go alone anywhere, and trying not to let the body out of his sight. Outside of that, today was fucked up, so he'll have to deal with that later. That will sit on his conscience.
That trauma will come later.
Yeah. But family is family, right? So. Yeah, and then I'm Tony. You can find me on mostly TikTok at Tony Will Edit. Yeah, and then here. Surprise. Ramita.
You good, bud?
No.
I don't think any of us are.
Ramita, you're next.
Yeah. Ramita is also feeling really guilty, but also just like, what the heck is going on? None of this is making sense. Like, you pull one string and you realize there's 1,000 others still tangled up in there. Like, we're getting nowhere, and it's confusing the heck out of her. So she was just trying to go with what she knows, which is like check on the other people and then try to keep Viper within either close distance or get Viper the hell out of town. And I am Darkness, and I don't really do socials. So on to who is Fen?
Hi.
Blood.
Fen is pissed. Fen is super pissed at this point. It seems as though, yeah, like Ramita, every time we find any sort of like string or connection to this mystery, anything, we get 10,000 more string it out at the end, and then we lose something as well. So they're just pissed. Yeah. I am Bloodless King. I am a VTuber here on Twitch, as well as I can be found on Twitter and Tumblr sometimes. Kind of depends. Maybe TikTok soon, hopefully. My editing software is being finicky, and so I can't get it to export. Anyway. But yeah, then Brett.
Hi. I promise I'm not too upset. I'm fading fast. My name is Just Brett. Boston. He's upset, not because of what happened to Scully. They're back to square one again, and all they have to show for it is a ring that was a conduit for magic but has no leads for it, a fried new suit of armor, a 95-year-old corpse, and a gaggle of missing children that the guy claimed to know nothing about. It has been a very stressful 7 hours, and he wants to go home and go to bed. He's just tired at the moment. But I am Just Brett, with 3 T's, 1 T, sometimes 2 T's if you don't know who I am. I am on Twitch often during the week. I don't know my schedule yet. I just moved. I'm also on TikTok sometimes. And YouTube. Just look me up, you'll find me. Just Brett or the Cloak DM.
Just
And
Just Bretata. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
and that leaves our wonderful DM Gears.
Hi, yes, I am Gear Sparks, and you can find me on most social media as Gear Sparks. I also do the Twitch thing on the weekends, and I have TikTok, I have Twitter, I have YouTube. Yeah, that's our show for this week. Thank you all so very much for showing up and being here, part of this little endeavor, and until next time, don't break character.
Bye.